darlings of the NBA bubble.
I almost feel like we're the bad news bears, and I'm Coach Buttermaker. We're a team that nobody really looks at and takes us seriously. And our guys, I think, have taken that personally. And we feel we're just as good as anybody. We feel that we're an NBA championship caliber team.
Only 13 times in league history has a team fallen down 3-1 in a best-of-7 playoff series to come back and win it. And these Nuggets are responsible for 2 of those 13. First, jolting the Utah Jazz in round 1, and then sinking the LA Clippers in the conference semifinals. What's more, they're the only team to do it twice in the same postseason.
Oh yeah, better start giving this team some damn respect, because we put in the work and we got a resilient team, and we shouldn't have been down 3-1, but to come back from 3-1 against the Clippers, it was a big achievement.
Nobody wants us here. Nobody thinks that we can do something, and we prove ourselves and prove everybody that we can do something. So next is Lakers, another tough opponent for us, but we're just gonna be out there and having fun.
Jamal Murray, who had 2 50-point games against the Jazz and a 40-point performance in Game 7 to dismiss the Clippers, and Nikola Jokic, who averaged 25 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 assists in Games 6 and 7 versus LA, aren't ready to stop now. Look out, LeBron James and the LA Lakers. They're coming for the king.
Our goal was never get to a Game 7. Our goal when we started this whole season was to win a championship.
And that goal is still very much alive. This Denver run has been historic. Nuggets are really just matching their own history, though. Denver's won 6 games when facing elimination this postseason. That is tied with the 94 Nuggets team for the most in a single postseason in NBA history. Hello, Brian. Brian Windhorst is with us now for more on the Lakers and what could have been, because we were all expecting, Brian, that Battle of LA, right? And that's not now happening. So what does that mean for LeBron and the Lakers now?
Well, Randolph, the Lakers spent the last 12 months preparing for the LA Clippers. They've spent the last 2 days preparing for the Denver Nuggets, but they are not complaining. This is a terrific opportunity for them. They match up very well with Denver, and this is a moment for LeBron James. Look, we do not know what the future is going to bring. We don't even know how next season is going to come off. So this may end up being his last best chance for a title, and it's sort of fallen in their lap with the Bucks and Clippers getting upset. All of the issues that they went through over the last year, all of the drama that they've gone through, here they are with a tremendous opportunity to play a team that is surprised and in some ways lucky to be there. So LeBron and the Lakers, despite not really having the preparation time, I think they will be very aware of the opportunity that has presented itself in this moment.
I think if there's anything the coronavirus has maybe cemented with the NBA, it's the fact that any chance at a title could be the last chance, because things can change so quickly and so dramatically. And you mentioned how the Lakers match up now with the Nuggets, specifically with Nikola Jokic averaging 25 and 11 this postseason. How are the Lakers approaching that specific challenge?
Well, this is what Frank Vogel and his coaching staff have been looking at and debating over the last 24 hours. How do you defend Nikola Jokic? Now, during the regular season, they did pretty well here. And what they did was they put Anthony Davis on him in the stretch. And they went 3-1 against the Nuggets, won both games in Denver, and Anthony Davis did a very good job on Jokic. Jokic only averaged 16 points in the games against the Lakers this year. Anthony Davis averaged 29 and 9. The question is, when do you go to that? You do not want Anthony Davis in foul trouble. You do not want him to get overtaxed, because you know Jokic will work on him, and you can't double team him very effectively, as he showed against the Clippers. So working on the other opportunities and the other strategies and how to handle this beast of a player is going to be central to the Lakers winning this series. But I will say this, they are equipped for this. They have one of the biggest, best defenders in the league, way better set up than the Clippers were.
Game 1 of this series, we'll find out. It starts tomorrow. Brian Windhorst with the latest for us on SportsCenter.
Coming up, Marcelo's.
We got to play smart. We got to play together.
What we got down, how many teams were here? 22. How many are left, fellas? At midnight tonight, it's going to be 4.
Denver playing with such confidence right now. Jokic, he's got himself a triple-double here in Game 7.
I am absolutely shocked. Give this Denver Nuggets team a lot of credit. They have taken the fight away from the Clippers.
They are the comeback kids from Colorado.
That hurts. It hurts. But we move on.
Well, I mean, the Nuggets do. What have we learned in the kids about the bubble, guys? Wait, other way around. Don't count out those Nuggets. They thrive with a 3-1 deficit. First round against the Jazz, it was Game 5 when Jamal Murray dropped 42. He then followed it up in Game 6 with 50. So 3 straight games with at least 40 points, and Murray is the first player to do that in the postseason since some guy named Michael Jordan. Then pretty much the opposite in Game 7, because that game tied for the lowest scoring playoff game in at least the last 6 postseasons. Denver held on to win when Mike Conley's 3 at the buzzer spun out. Then against the Clippers, Game 5, once again in a 3-1 hole. The Clippers led by as many as 16, but the Nuggets. And then the same story in Game 6. Denver trailed by as many as 19. And they became the first team since 1997 with 3 15-point comebacks when facing elimination in the postseason. Game 7, the Nuggets, they actually only trailed by 12 in order to becoming the first team in playoff history with 3 straight double-digit comeback wins when facing elimination. Here's Dave McMenamin.
Every once in a while, a team comes along that defies the odds. In the NCAA tournament, they're known as a Cinderella.
The buzzer sounds, and BCU is going to the Final Four.
And magical wasn't a strong enough adjective to describe the U.S. hockey team's upset of the Soviet Union in 1980. It was miraculous.
You believe in miracles? Yes!
We can now add
this weekend.
Injuries, trips to the hospital, like Aaron Donald. Look at this monster. Look at that. That is terrifying. And speaking of terrifying, I think there is some value to having a little fear. I think Carson Wentz has been great in part because he is fearless. But you need a little fear in the NFL. When that man, did you see that? When that man's coming for you, it is reasonable to be a little scared and to throw the ball away. Carson Wentz had no throwaways in last week's game against a very impressive defensive line. So I want Carson Wentz to stay Carson Wentz and make the magic that he makes. But in certain situations, it's all right to be a little scared and get that thing out of your hands.
Yeah, because, again, he went up against that Washington D-line, which has the 5 first-round picks. Now he gets that wrecking ball. 2 questions for you, Damian Woody. First of all, I was watching your face as we were watching that film. Cindy, roll it again. D. Wood, just explain, as an offensive lineman, what are we seeing in Aaron Donald as we watch this again?
We're seeing someone made in the lab, a cyborg or something. Like, this is one man is not supposed to be able to throw another grown man around like this. I mean, look at this. These are pins, bowling ball pins going everywhere. And he took Zeke with one hand and threw him in the chest of Dak Prescott. Greeny, this is pro football. It's not supposed to happen. And now, this is what Carson Wentz has to face this week?
Right.
Good luck. I'm glad I'm sitting in studio because I wouldn't want to see that.
Well, we'd have to put all those 92 pounds back on you to have any chance. But seriously, what are you saying? What should someone be saying? What should Carson Wentz be saying to himself after what we saw last week and the expectation going forward?
Well, granted, they have a couple of injuries on the offensive line. They got a couple of guys that are out for the year. So Carson Wentz has to know, listen, the time in my head has to speed up. I can't hold on to the ball because he's facing some really